Tokumbila mbakiso, tokumbila wanano, tokumbila nebatana kwebakazi. We ask for peace, harmony, and unity amongst women. That is the closing line of The Thread That Binds, a production I directed in 2018. The lead dancer says this line before the cast perform Wosana, a traditional dance of the Kalanga ethnic group in Botswana. Wosana is a rain dance, and because it is often performed by women, I call this scene the women's prayer. Do you ever wonder why there's still so much pushback with regards to women's empowerment? You would think that by now we would understand and appreciate the need for gender equity. Instead, women running for political office still get vilified. Women academics across several institutions still get paid less and are promoted at lower rates. And women managers get rebuked for being bossy, while sexual assault and harassment seem to be increasing rather than decreasing. This in 2019. The impulse for my research has been the question, where are the women? I have been trying to understand what happens to women in between the time that they leave the classroom and the time that they enter the workplace that stops them from ascending to leadership positions. I have explored this question using performance studies because it allows for a multi-pronged approach in understanding the levels of oppression that women face. I have thus created my own performances, interviewed other women theater makers about their own work, and held forum discussions and post-performance discussions. In the post-performance discussion of my first production, Being, an audience member posited that we need to normalize women's successes. Perhaps women's leadership is lacking because we make it seem like a new thing, instead of acknowledging and highlighting all the ways in which women have led and continue to lead. We have erased the history of women's leadership. I believe that women-centered performances challenge this erasure by giving women space to create and share knowledge about themselves, thus reclaiming lost narratives. Interviews and forum discussions extend this knowledge creation by highlighting the ways in which women are leading and the spaces in which they lead, in my case, in the theater. We accept women's leadership as wives and as mothers, but until we can see women as belonging in the public space, we will struggle to hear their voices in that space. Performing women's stories challenges the relegation of women and their leadership to the private space by inserting their voices in the public space. Thank you.